I unplugged the chest freezer my brother stores his hunting meat in. Rent was due in 2023. My brother Cody moved into my place 3 years ago, and I want to be clear that I offered. His marriage was falling apart and he needed 6 weeks to land somewhere. 6 weeks turned into 38 months. He pays nothing. Not rent, not utilities, not internet. He buys his own groceries and acts like that's a contribution. The freezer showed up the second summer. He hunts, and he came home one November with an entire deer, and my kitchen freezer couldn't hold it. So he bought a chest freezer, $700, and put it in my garage. It runs off my breaker. It's been running off my breaker ever since. I brought up money maybe 4 times. Every time it went the same. Bro, I'm getting back on my feet. You know what the lawyer's costing me. That was 2023, Cody. So you're keeping score now? On family? And I'd drop it because he'd get that wounded look and go quiet for a couple days, and honestly it wasn't worth the house feeling weird. Here's the part that got me. In April, my water heater died. $900 to replace, and I'm asking him if he can cover even a third since he'd been showering in that thing for 3 years. He said, I don't have it, man. 2 weeks later, he bought a second freezer. Not for me. For his buddy Dale's garage because Dale's wife said Cody's meat couldn't take up her whole freezer anymore. So Cody bought Dale a freezer. $800. Told me about it while eating my leftovers. I said, you bought Dale a freezer. Yeah, he was doing me a favor holding my elk. I've been doing you a favor for 3 years. He laughed. He actually laughed and said, that's different. That's my brother. I didn't say anything. I just went and got the folder. I'd kept everything. Every power bill, every water bill, every internet bill since he moved in, and I'd done the math a while back on a night I couldn't sleep. His share, splitting everything down the middle, no rent at all, not $1 of rent, came to about $11,000. I put the folder on the table. He flipped through maybe 3 pages. You've been tracking me. I've been tracking my own bills. This is insane. You want me to pay you 11 grand for existing? I want you to pay something. Pick a number. 50 a month. I'll take 50. And he pushed the folder back across the table and said, I'm not paying rent to live in my own family's house. My house. My name, my mortgage, my breaker. So that Thursday, while he was at work, I went into the garage and I pulled the plug on the chest freezer. Didn't move it. Didn't open it. Just unplugged it and went inside and made dinner. I did it again Friday and Saturday. He'd come home, go out for a beer, notice the freezer was quiet, plug it back in, and never once ask me about it. He'd just plug it in and come inside and say nothing, which told me he knew exactly what was happening and figured if he didn't name it, it wasn't happening. Sunday, I unplugged it and put a piece of masking tape on the lid with the number 11400 written on it. He found it around 7 p.m. Came through the kitchen door holding the tape. What is this? That's what you owe me. The freezer runs when the balance moves. You're gonna let 400 pounds of meat rot over a power bill? It's not a power bill. It's 38 months. He stood there with the tape stuck to his finger and said, you know how much that meat's worth? I said, yeah, about one Dale freezer. His jaw went tight and he said, I'll move it to Dale's. You do that. You're being a real piece of work, you know that? Cody, you bought a man you've known 4 years an $800 appliance because his wife asked him to stop taking up space. She asked once. I've been asking for 3 years. He didn't have anything for that. He said, Dale's got room, and I said, then I guess you both do. And he asked what that meant, and I told him it meant I'd already changed the garage code and his boxes would be on the porch Saturday. He said, you'd actually put your own brother out over money. I said, no, over a freezer. He's been at Dale's 11 days. Dale texted me Tuesday asking how long this usually lasts.